The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon.
I have a dream.
Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
Kevin recognizes that nobody can meet their demands, and the conference is going to have to figure out how we deal with 8 people that are here that candidly aren't interested in governing. They're more interested in, grifting.
Republicans who have been claiming to be fiscal conservatives just voted with every single Democrat in the House of Representatives. That would be the equivalent of every Republican voting for Nancy Pelosi. That's what they did.
Mr. Jordan, how disappointed are you with what happened here and Speaker McCarthy?
I thought it was unfair to Kevin. Kevin, I think, has done a fine job, and he and I came in together. He's a good man, and he didn't deserve this, in my judgment.
Will you run for Speaker?
That's a decision for the conference.
He's lying. That was last night. By this morning, he was already throwing his hat into the ring to be the next Speaker of the House. Why? I have no idea. It's not, it usually goes seniority, It's sort of a big complaint that a lot of people have about government is that it's the next in line. It's always the next in line. And that is the way that the speakership, rolls too, right? And so the next in line would be Steve Scalise from Louisiana, who has blood cancer and is, very busy telling us that the treatment was very aggressive and he's doing just great. We're always happy to hear something like that when we hear the big C word, Steve, but he would be the next in line, and by this morning, his hat was in the ring. He's there, he's up for it, he's doing it, he's, please consider me. And then following him, he's the majority leader. And then following him is the majority whip, the guy who counts heads. This is a guy named Emmer. He's from Minnesota, and he hasn't said whether he's in or not. And then for some unknown reason, Jim Jordan. Like, what? Like, where in the pecking order, Peckerhead, do you come in to this? I don't know. But he's, last night Kevin didn't deserve this, and he's such a good man. But I guess we're going to bring back the Denny Hastert speaker days. The Denny Hastert speaker days, what did that include? That included a child molester. That's what Denny Hastert was. He actually went to jail for covering up the hush money payments to the child that he molested. Okay? So maybe it's time to throw it back to, those days. I'm telling you, do you know how bad a speaker Kevin I understand. Listen, this is 8 wackadoodles. I get it. This was Matt Gaetz having a personal problem. This was Matt Gaetz. I don't know. It's time of the month or something. His hormones were out of whack. He got very irritated. This was not business. This was personal. I don't know what script he was following. I have no earthly idea. But this was Matt Gaetz doing this. This was him getting even with Kevin. Kevin should have known, though, at the beginning, after 15 votes, nobody liked him. Nobody wanted him. He was not wanted. They did not want him as speaker, and especially Matt Gaetz did not want him as speaker. And so Matt Gaetz was able to say to Kevin, "I'll tell you what I'll do over here. I'll vote for you. I'll vote president. Whatever I got to do, I'll get you in there. But you're going to give me the keys that unlock you from that speaker office. You're going to give me the keys to that office. You're going to give me the means to remove you anytime I feel like it. And you're going to change the House rules, and you're going to say that one vote from me can cause a vote for you to vacate." And I guess Kevin thought, that's never been done. I mean, there have been worse speakers than me. There was Denny Hastert, fat Denny Hastert, and he was speaker for a really stinking long time, okay? And when Denny Hastert left, he left voluntarily, Denny Hastert actually went to a lobby shop, and I know this because I've been there. I actually walked up and down the hallway in front of fat Denny Hastert's office going, "Oh, fat Denny Hastert, are you here? Fat Denny Hastert, anybody seen fat?" Swear to God, because I knew he was a child molester. But he went to a lobby shop, and I'm guessing that's what Kevin will do too. You know, it's like football. See, Brett, you should be able to relate to this. Okay, let me make this so crystal clear for you and anybody that isn't clear about why somebody would leave the speaker's office. It's sort of like the Bears. Okay, they are doing they suck ass so hard this season, and it just started, right? Just like Kevin McCarthy's speakership just started.
I hope you're going somewhere with this.
Yeah, well, they'll get a top draft pick out of it, right?
Yes, they will.
See, and that's the silver lining. That's the sunny optimist in me. Well, that's exactly what would have happened to Kevin if Kevin would have said 15 votes. They didn't want me. I could just leave and go and get a big job at a top lobby shop. See?
I feel like that will work out for Kevin, and the Bears will continue to suck.
Well, Kevin will continue to suck too, Brett. just so you can relate a little bit to the realm that we're in right this second. Just so you know. But yeah, I mean, listen, there have been worse speakers than Kevin McCarthy, even though he's terrible. There's no question that he's a glad-handing fundraiser, but he was a great fundraiser. That's the thing. He was probably the best fundraiser the GOP ever had, which is why after 15 votes, they went, oh, okay. Which is why he'll be able to work at a lobby shop. The man knows how to dial for dollars. And he knows exactly who to target. You see, now Kevin's going to get even with every single one of these 8 people that voted against him. You understand this. First of all, the Republican conference is not done with Matt Gaetz. They literally despise this freak, okay? They hate him. That's what that little mashup was to show you. They think that Gaetz and these, 8 miscreants are all grifters, that they never were interested in governing. They still aren't interested in governing. What they're doing is what I keep telling you that Trump maggots do. And that's throw sand in the gears of progress. Okay. Matt Gaetz saw that progress was being made. He saw that the government was going to get funded. He saw that the government wasn't going to default. He saw that, there was bipartisan outreach. He saw that there was a willingness to work across the aisle by Kevin McCarthy at long last when he had to make a choice about did he want to fund the government after all, or did he want to be loyal to Maggot's, idea of burning it all down. And that's what this is all a part of. It's all a part of burning it down. Again, if Trump can't have it, nobody can. Which is why the second McCarthy reached across the aisle, and didn't I say this the other day? What is wrong with us? Are we unclean? Are we unwashed? Do we have cooties? Do we have herpes? Do we have chlamydia? Do we have some other STD? Are we dripping? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you want to work across the aisle? Why wouldn't you want to make deals? Why wouldn't you want to get 99% of what you want, 1% of what we want, but you get the credit for keeping the government open and running? Or would you rather shut it all down and be called, people that don't support the military? Well, the maggots obviously don't care. Their entire reason for being is to end government. Period. End of story. Get that in your head. They can't govern. They don't want to govern. They never will govern. They're doing this so we have no government. They're doing this so we can move to autocracy. They're doing this so that there are no regulations, no protections for ordinary people, no nothing. No, nothing. It's all glad hand. It's all who you know at long last. That's the whole point of what they're doing. And you know how I know I'm right? Never an egg timer around when you need one. After this debacle yesterday, okay? So I go home. I want to see what the other, talking heads are saying. I want to see, And I turn on Fox. And what's the first thing I hear? What's the first thing I hear? In primetime. They want Trump to be Speaker of the House.
Clear for takeoff.
Randi Rhodes.
Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.